Hello and welcome to another Arkeys video, and this time we're having a look at this week's daily race C. We are at Autopolis in the Group 4 cars. This is a fuel saving race and only hard tires mandatory, so no pit stop required either. It's not a popular combination and not popular settings, but these settings seem to suit my driving style for some reason. And unfortunately the driving standards are leaving a lot to be desired at the moment, so I have a small rage incident in this one as well. That is definitely not healthy in the long run, but it is what it is, and let's get straight into the first race. This is Tuesday morning. I had a few goes on Monday. I tried a few races on the American servers, and I also tried a few races on the EMEA servers later that evening. That didn't go too well, but this is the day after. Let's have a fresh start. I'm starting behind Muscafi. He's flashing to say hello, and I am saying hello by almost missing my brake point into turn 1. So I'm running wide, and that leaves the door open, and I'm just getting shoved wide by Alex Rose here, and I wasn't too happy about that. And we will meet Alex later on in this video. And yeah, so I lost a few positions because of that. Now we are down into P5, and to be honest, I would prefer if we could just not fight too much on this first lap, but it is getting a bit congested because of these twisty sections of the track. But we are still in P5. Let's make our way around the long left-hand corner. Make sure we don't run wide, especially on the exit. We've got a hairpin coming up, also a risky spot on the track. If I can just survive that, maybe we can just fall into a rhythm and concentrate on the rest of the race. We are making our way around. There is some contact behind me, and that creates a bit of a gap for me, and we are jumping a bit ahead in this one. So let's see, we are jumping to, yeah, we are at the end of lap 1 basically, and I'm getting close to the Alpha ahead, and we are getting through the final corners. I'm not attempting to do anything. I will just stay behind and staying in the slipstream, and I am lifting early, making sure to brake, but he must have been slightly nervous having a binning champion behind him, so he ends up running wide on the exit, and we get that position back. We are up into P4, and we are going to jump ahead in this one again. Let's just get around this corner first. We are okay for now. So we are on lap 3, and we are right back at the action, and we are behind Alex Rose from the start of the race. And yeah, we are getting really close. I was actually getting a good run, but I couldn't go anywhere, so I ended up going into the back of him, giving him a nice bunt draft. And here it felt like he braked, if not early, then a lot harder than I expected. I accidentally went into the back of him. Totally my fault. I backed off and let him get back into his rhythm, and yeah, that was an accident. We are making our way around. We've got a German driver off, so we get another position. We are back up into P3. So this is going okay for now, and we are hanging on to P2 here. Let's get a good run, and he gets it slightly wrong, and he ends up running wide on the exit, and I've got enough fuel, so I'm just flooring it. I want to make sure I am well ahead of him. I am a bit nervous coming into turn 1, and that will affect my abilities through turn 1. You can see I get the car stopped, but I get the angle all wrong. Not the best exit out of that one. Muscafi is gone, so I was all by myself for the rest of this race. This was mostly B drivers, and then Muscafi and myself. We are jumping into the next one, and this is where it gets a bit spicy. I have changed to a different controller, which felt completely different, much easier to control the throttle, and I have upped my qualifying time a fair bit. So we are starting in P2, and let's just survive turn 1. I am trying to take it nice and easy, a bit slidey on the exit. I took a bit too much of that curb, and that unsettled the car, but we are still alive. I just want to get through this first part of the track where it's all twisty and a bit tricky to keep it all together. I am coming into the hairpin, and I think I am giving the Spaniard a small bump. I'm backing out of that one. That was just me getting a bit too eager. I'm under pressure from the German driver. And as I get a bit too wide entry into this one, the German takes that as an invitation, and unfortunately he also bumps me on the exit, so I'm on the grass. That was a bit annoying. The Norwegian driver actually trying to help me out. And then we've got another German driver who is just sending it. I was getting scared, so I was going so wide into the hairpin, and now I've lost a bunch of positions. And as we're coming into this fast sweeping right-hander, the driver behind me is sending it. Not really the best place to make a send like that, and that made me lose another position because I had to give room for him. So I'm basically just getting mugged at the moment, and my good spirit is slowly but surely fading away. This is lap 2, turn 2, and P8 is just sending it into the side of my car, pushing his way through. I'm not having any of it, so I am keeping it in. I'm staying on his inside, and I actually managed to squeeze past him. It might have been an accident, maybe just an opportunistic move, I don't know. But yeah, I am starting to get annoyed now. And as we come up towards the hairpin, I am braking as late as I dare, but they just brake later, and Alex Rose is just shoving me to the side of the track once again. And let's just pause the video for a moment. So I have just come on my brakes here, and you can see we've got Alex. He is here, he's still full on power, and now he's on the brakes. That is not going to work, that's basically too late. And you can see he goes into the side of me, so I am just forced wide, and you can hear my pulse going up. This wasn't the first time he did that to me this morning, and that was basically the last straw. So I'm not having it. I am braking very late into that corner, and I hate when my tempo runs away from me like that, but with the dysfunctional penalty system, it's basically self-justice or just getting mugged at the moment, and it shouldn't be like that. I'm defending turn 1, and just as I move out to make the corner, we've got a yellow missile coming in. That was clearly a mistake. He just forgot to brake, and he's waiting for the driver he killed, and that was my luck because I could run away from that incident almost unharmed. 4 boring laps later, we've got the driver behind me. He's catching up quick, and I didn't want to hold him up. I also completely messed up turn 1, but I am just giving him the inside, making a pass easy for him. So we are braking early, keeping the door open, and just filter in behind him. I wasn't sure whether he was on medium tires but anyway, a lap later, I was still hanging on to him, so he was probably on the hard tires. He just sort of came out of nowhere. And I think as we are coming around the long left-hander, he is going to run wide on the exit. So he's losing a lot of speed, and he makes sure to rejoin safely, and I get past him once again. So there's a bit of swapping positions there. And yeah, let's just miss the apex on this one, and we're jumping exactly 1 lap ahead. Now I'm catching up to the Greek driver. He seems to be struggling a bit on fuel, and yeah, I did a mess of that corner. So now we've got the Irish driver on my inside once again, and he gets past. I don't want to make a mess of anything here. This race hasn't been the best for me anyway, and I've already sentenced myself a break from the game along with a cup of coffee because of what I did to the French driver earlier in this race. I need a timeout basically. So we are making our way around the final corners. There's a bit of side-by-side action, and the Greek driver is a bit naughty. He's not really leaving room on the exit, and you can see the Irish driver isn't really happy about that. But we finished this one in P7, and we are moving on to the final race of that Tuesday morning and the final race of this video. We've got Jack in P1. Jack is an American driver on his EU account. He seems to never sleep. He is racing what looks like all the time, and yeah, we're coming in to turn 1. Jack is a fast driver, by the way, and I just automatically assume that the French driver is fast as well, so I'm just trying to hang on to these guys, and you can see they are edging away from me already. There was a bit of contact between those two, a bit of a clumsy move by the French driver, but that gave me the opportunity to catch back up to them. So I'm still hanging on, and we've got cars fairly close behind us as well, so I don't want to fight anyone. Just want to put in some decent laps and not getting holed up too much. And you can see they are already getting away from me a bit again. But I just have to slowly build my own pace around here. Don't get too distracted by people running away from me, because then I will just start pushing too hard and eventually bin it. And I just want to keep it going. We are just about to end lap 1. I am hanging on to them, sort of. We are jumping ahead once again, and almost a déjà vu moment coming into the hairpin. There's once again a slight bit of contact. The French driver is waiting. I can catch up. I just hope we don't get caught up. But now we are jumping ahead a fair bit. We are jumping all the way to lap 8. So we are almost at the end of this race. Someone is catching me on the medium tires, I think. At least I was suspecting him being on the medium tires, also considering his fastest lap time. And as we are coming through here, I decided we just need to get him past. So I'm leaving the door wide open. I can take a wider line into this one and just filter in behind. And we are staying on board for a bit, because we've got some different stuff going on for the last part of the race. So I'm staying behind him, just trying to get dragged along down the straight, making sure I brake early enough for turn 1. Don't want to make any mishaps. But the Mercedes, he is going in deep. He's almost going off the track, and I am catching up quickly, but I don't want to try to get past him. We don't need any fighting. We've got the French driver up ahead. So let's just try to be a little bit smart here and just hang on. I could use the small bit of slipstream I can catch from the Mercedes to just get carried along, and we are slowly starting to find a flow around this track. It's not by far perfect yet, but I am starting to work out how to get the car around here. Make sure I got the Marshall box at the center of the screen before I get on the power, coming out of that long left-hander we just went through. Now the hairpin, the tricky part is to both get the car slowed down and rotated over the crest without losing too much speed. The French driver seems to be struggling on the fuel. He is suddenly rather slow. Not going to try to pass there, that's just a stupid place to pass. Keeping the car narrow to the curb there, so I can, I'm running a bit wide. You want to make as straight line as possible through that sector, and widen the entry into this so you can straight line through here. I am hanging on to him. I think he's benefiting from the Citroen being good around the twisty bits, but you can see as we are starting to come back on the power down the straight that he is really having to fuel save. So I am gaining, and I think he knows it's game over. And as expected, the Mercedes has pitted, and suddenly I am back up to P2, actually a position higher than I started. I make a mess of turn 1 as per tradition, and he is getting close to me, and now we've got another driver coming into it, and I have to defend this one. I am staying inside, and I am really not good at defending. I have to brake early. We did make it work this time. Now I just have to get around this hairpin without getting hit. There's a bit of contact behind me, and now we've just got the hairpin coming over the crest here, and I think we should be safe for now. So we are jumping to the end of this race. I managed to get a P2 in a, compared to me, relatively fast lobby. So I am starting to find my own sort of flow in this one. Anyway, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.